Psych, now she look.
Host, author, entrepreneur, and she my sister girl. Here's Sheila L. Brown. You go, boo.
Okay, now, I am not Sheila L. Brown on today, but I am DJ King Shy. Good afternoon. Thank you guys for tuning into the book review. Happens every Monday right here on this legendary station, WUFO Power 96.5. Now, we got two book reviews today, back-to-back knowledge you're going to get in the first one. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I haven't had a chance to read any of it, but maybe a little. But the little that I have read in this 30 minutes has impacted me personally. Now, I have the amazing woman here who's been, first of all, very nice. She came in, very sweet person, and I'm ready to dive right into it with her. The book is called Speak, Young Brown People Speak. We Are Listening. Y'all make some noise where you at, turn it up, get ready to get some lot of information from Miss Alberta Lampkins. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy that you're here.
Yes.
I'm going to dive right into it and tell the people about the book, like the inspiration, all the good things we'd like to know.
Okay, great. So I run, I'm one of the affiliate directors of a mentoring program in Rayford, North Carolina, Fayetteville and Rayford, North Carolina. And so I work a lot with young people. And so when I was doing interviews with some of the young people, I was asking them if you could have anything to say or tell the youth, what would you say to them? And one young man said, we want you to listen. Our voices matter and we want you to listen. And so, in speaking with them about, everything that's been going on in the world with, the Freddie Grays and different things that have been Breonna Taylor's and all of that, I wanted to hear what they, what their voices, I wanted to hear what they thought.
Absolutely.
And so I came up, so that's the inspiration for the title, to let them know, okay, we want to hear what you have to say. We're listening. What do you have to say?
And I tell you this, from what I've read, they had a lot to say. So how was it like reading with, you give an opportunity, it was like, I want to hear what you had to say, but to then read the product, read what they had to say, like, how did that touch you?
Oh, so I did a call for submissions last year. And so I gave them, a certain time to submit. So 16 young people submitted their work, and they could submit either essays, poetry, or their visual art. So when I got all of the submissions in, it took me maybe about an hour to 2 hours just to kind of bring myself down after reading their stories. And I gave them the opportunity to speak candidly, to speak honestly, to not hold back, from their thoughts or their feelings. And so very little of what they wrote was changed.
Wow.
So yes, it's deep and it was powerful. It affected me, but I knew then I was very proud of this project.
Wow. So I wanted to just really, I said this here, I just really wanted to jump into this part. Like, I really thought it was amazing. You could maybe tell me who wrote this part. I'm not sure, but it was very dope to me, and it was very like real life. And I really hope that you guys are gonna listen and get this book and really listen to what the young people have to say, because they're experiencing it. And it's to hear. It's always like, I was always taught, a child will lead us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They had the song, Rob, how it go? I believe the children are our future, right?
Exactly.
So if they are our future, then that's something that they have wisdom. They know they're encountering. We might see things different, we're older, more mature. They're like, listen, I got to be in this life every day. Freddie Gray affected me because I could be Freddie Gray. I could be Trayvon Martin. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's touching me here. But I just wanted to read this right here. And it was something. It's called This Story. This is right out the book, y'all. Page 142, remember I told y'all. It says, they say they love you until it's real. Shade is thrown and then the truth is unreal. They try to ruin your rep, but then they say, oh, I like you. But they can't do it like you, just like how you do. Then they try to bash you on the net just to get some clout. Talking straight lies about your mouth. Suicidal thoughts running through your head. Don't kill yourself, baby. They still won't love you when you're dead. They support you till you're doing better than them. then it's like, girl, she was never my friend. I pray to God they see me for me, because I ain't never seen nothing less. Now, oh, that boy think he all that. He muscular, he big. No, I'm just me. That's deep. Like, that right there, wow. Young, and can I ask the ages? Like, what is the ages also? Like,
Yes, so for this project, the ages range from 12 to 18, but we did have one college student that participated, so I allowed his work in. So, but the majority of the group is from age 12 to 18. Yes.
What about like a movie? Like, I see like Spike Lee getting involved in it. Like, and you can see, this is a movie. This is a movie. Kids giving their different perspectives, and like, I think that it's a movie. Just from what I've read. I haven't read all of it, but the little bit that I've read, it's like, wow, powerful. Like, definitely a movie. Maybe an idea. I'm just saying, maybe you didn't even think about it.
Yeah, I'm for it. I'm for it, Spike Lee. Come on. So yes. But yes, so the piece that you wrote was from a young lady from North Carolina.
Wow.
Yes, and
Love
so very, very proud of her speaking of that, because young people are dealing with suicidal thoughts,
Yes, they are.
you know, because of the pressures of what's happening in the world around them.
Yes, they are.
And so they're dealing with that,
Right.
and we have to listen.
Right.
We have to understand and know that they're dealing with this, and not just brush it under the table as if it's only an adult thing, or that it's not a black thing,
Right.
or it's not a black youth thing.
Right.
You know, so my whole hope is that people will read this,
Yes.
and then go back and talk to your young people.
Yes.
Talk to your daughters, talk to your sons, talk to your children about all of these things, because some of the things that they cover, and I'm just going to highlight in that book, they talk about social injustice. They talk about poverty. They talk about homelessness, pollution in the inner city.
That's deep.
It's very deep. Suicide, police brutality, equality, peace. They talk about love, hope for a better reality,
Right.
even just hope for a better reality. And then the most important piece in there is really about self-love.
Self-love.
Yeah, because there's one young lady in there who wrote that she had problems even looking in the mirror because she felt like her skin was too dark. Yeah, she, young black girl, didn't even want to look in the mirror, but she had to build herself up. So what's that saying to us is that us as adults, as elders, we got some work to do. Because if they're still looking in the mirror and not seeing black beauty and black pride, then there's more that we need to do. So I'm hoping that this book will, elevate that, bring that to the forefront. We still have work to do.
We do.
We still need to reach our young people.
But you know what? The young people are so adamant on wanting to know. They need that guidance. I know when I was younger and my mother and father were separated, you know what I'm saying? So my dad lived here and I lived in Georgia, I lived in Indiana. So, I had to figure out ways of becoming a man and have my father there. Not saying he didn't want to be there. It's just I didn't understand the dynamics of, two people being separated in a marriage. So it's like I had organizations like the Brotherhood, organizations like Boys to Men that I was a part of that guided me, right? So, so like something like this, to hear from me, if I would have had this in my younger days of somebody my age and who can relate, not an adult, like because y'all don't know what we have to go through. Just like I was telling somebody the other day, I'm like, it's hard to relate to something if you don't live in it. You could say, well, they doing this, and they are part of gangs and this, that, and the third, but they have to live there. They don't have protection. Who's really protecting you? Call the police might shoot you. You know what I'm saying? Moms can't be there because she working 3 jobs. Dad might not be there because of whatever the reason. So who's protecting the kids? They feel a certain type of way. So outlets like this would have helped me to be able to write, to be able to speak and say, can somebody hear me? Because I don't know how to maybe express in the way you do,
Exactly.
But I need to express myself because I'm going through this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just to even have this book and give the opportunity, I want to applaud you for giving the opportunity to young people, because you don't know who life you saved. That writing could have saved their life. Them suicidal thoughts could have been like, I'm done, I'm over, I quit life. It could have been reading about them, but you give them an opportunity to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And be heard. So we, as adults that are listening, listen, man. We need to give these young people wisdom. I used to say that all the time. We need y'all wisdom. We need y'all wisdom. We need y'all. Hey man, you're going a little fast. Slow down. I ain't telling you what to do. I'm just telling you I've been down this road. And saying it in a way with love. Not I'm bigger than better than you. I love you.
Yes.
And love, like you said, self-love. Love is so important. It's just one love.
Yes,
Just one love.
exactly. I do want to, just highlight one program here that the organization participated in this book project, which was the Say Yes Buffalo project, but within that project was the Breaking Barriers.
Breaking barriers.
Yes, and so you'll find their creed in here. So they work with, young men in Buffalo, and one of the young men that went through that program, who now went on to, he's in college, he's working, he attends Canisius College, so he has a piece in the book as well, and we're also helping him to work on his own book. So, and I think he's okay with me sharing that, because he does have it copyrighted now, that his title of his book is The Thoughts of a Creative King, 114 Realities. So I was like, that's so deep, because he has 114 poems, and just his views and everything.
Say that name again, like say one more time.
Exactly. Thoughts of a Creative King, 114 Realities.
Wow.
So A.L. Savvy Publications, which is my self-publishing platform, is helping him to publish that book. Wow. So yes, but shout out to Breaking Barriers.
Shout out to y'all.
Yes, for the wonderful work
Big
that they're doing with the youth here. I was able to attend their Saturday Academy and do a presentation, and the young people came up afterwards and was just asking questions and saying, I would love to tell my story. So hopefully we can do a book too, and get those young people to speak up and share their stories as well.
Absolutely. So we're coming down to like 3 more minutes. So what do you want people who are listening to take from it? Of course, get the book. But like, if you had like literally 30 seconds, what would you say to them to say, hey, the importance of having this book, owning this book? Like, what would you say to them?
Number one, be a mentor. Reach out to some of the organizations, local organizations, and be a mentor. Sign up to be a mentor. Especially, black males. We need black male mentors.
Yes.
So yes, sign up to be a mentor. Reach back out to those youth and be the mentor to them that you wish you had when you were a child.
No, that's a fact.
Yes.
That's a fact. You
Yes.
know, and that's kind of happening here. Your brother Rob, he's doing that on Saturday. He's doing a mentoring thing for the young man, and I think that's very important. Like we need that. We need that badly.
Yes.
And because me, like I do a lot of venture stuff, and I deal with a lot of young people, and the conversations I have with them, I'll be like, yo, they really aware. Like they're really not. You think they're far-fetched. Like to hear a 15-year-old man a young boy tell me how he felt when he watched the insurrection happen was crazy. I was like, yikes. Like his thought on it was like, first thing he said to me was, "You're shot if it was one of us that had killed us." I didn't think that. It's a difference. It's a privilege. And that's those type of things we need to really hold on and talk to them and say, hey, this is what it is. Like, so I thank God for you. I thank God for you doing this. I thank God for people's lives you affect and you will continue to affect. People, please get the book. Now, where can they get it at? Is it
They can find it on any online book, like Amazon. You can get it on Walmart.com, Target.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Anywhere that they sell books online, you can find this book. So,
okay,
yes.
Awesome. Well, listen, I was just whispering to Robbie says he's going to give one book away. So let's take a caller later on, 716-837-1112. Call if you want this book. The book is Speak, Young Brown People Speak. We are listening. We thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being a part. And again, God bless you. God keep you in your journey. And I hope 20 million people get it.
Yes, and I want to also just say that all the proceeds from this book project goes back into either Say Yes Buffalo, the Breaking Barriers, the organization in Fayetteville Rafer Cares in North Carolina, and Women of the Dream in Camden, New Jersey. So all proceeds go back to a youth serving organization.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. And we say to our listeners, if you have penned the book or have done the book, you'd like to get on the show, you just have to call the station at 716-834-1080 and ask to speak to Chanel, okay? God bless you and God keep you. Y'all be well.